I doing, kid?
What are you doing?
Am I doing YouTube or?
You can do everything. I believe in you.
I believe.
Your spirit animal is a big dirty rat. Your spirit animal is of beaver. Building dam
Would be.
of comments.
That will be my spirit animal.
Oh, we live? Oh, hello.
We're live.
Oh, hi,
Hola. Hola, buenos dias.
Por favor.
I mean, hello. Good afternoon, por favor. Good afternoon, please. I mean, let's go.
I'm asking you to build my dam.
Everybody ahead of that.
Getting my dam built.
Let's go. Eugene McGeever says, hi all. Hi, Eugene.
Oh, hi. Oh, hi. Hi, Eugene.
Hi, Eugene.
Hi, Eugene.
Hope you're well. Eugene's always here.
People are
He's always well. How is everybody on this
strange
warm
these days. Match day?
match day?
It's a match day.
It is a match day.
It's a match day.
It is match day. Lots of comments on Patreon as well.
What's the comments these days?
Where are we? Stevie G says, not many likes, Basil. No. Listen, I don't know how to say this, but if you're watching it, just click the like button. Takes a sec. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Champions Edition says, g'day lads, all the way from Australia, staying up for tonight. Moyes Keane hat-trick. I hope you're our champions, and I hope you are well. Toothy Orifice says, under to Leicester. Is that being confirmed now, or is it just Fabrizio still giving it the big one?
Here we go.
That's what I want to know. Urban Sushi says, oh, hi, Mark. Patrick Farrell says, howdy, lads. Liam Hughes says, do you think Carlo will play a strong team tonight?
No, I think he'll play a mix. I mean, you blew my mind before when you told me that if we did get through tonight, we play the next round next week.
Fleetwood next week.
And if we win that, we play the next round the week after.
Which
so
is
that suggests that we'll mix the team up, because otherwise we'll be playing Saturday, weekend.
For me, there'll be 8 changes tonight. 7 or 8 changes. That's what I think will be. Dalsbeck, I don't know how I can excite you. You've asked me to excite you. I don't know. Everton have got James Rodriguez. Hayley Lee says, hi, Baz, do you think we'll get Tomori?
Oh, hi, Baz.
I don't know, Hayley. I thought we would last week. It's gone a bit quiet, but I've just seen a story saying Rennes are asking for him as part of the Edward Mendy deal to Chelsea. So I don't know. I know the lad wants to get out of Chelsea because he wants to play. So I think he's what we need because he's quick. But honestly, at the moment, I don't know. Carlos Marquez says, buenos dias from Colombia. Well in, Carlos. Hola, Carlos. Cesar Leon says, vamos, Everton. JS says, bloody hell, Baz, that tea looks milky. It is milky. It's coffee, actually. And it is.
What are you watching on?
I know.
You're watching on like a 97-inch telly?
Full telly with zoom, like CIA zoom in effect.
It's like in Jurassic Park, the ripples on.
I mean, that's quite strong for me, isn't it? It's coffee. That's quite strong for me. I'd me tea like milk, to be honest. But Wayne Brown says, didn't realise that was the schedule in response to, obviously, the Carabao Cup stuff.
I didn't know that was the schedule.
We found out before, didn't we? Mark McCormick says, hola, if you hear me. Ollie Morland says, I personally think most of the players from Tottenham game won't be playing. I think you're probably right, Ollie. Toothy Orifice, The Guardian says Leicester are closing in. Yeah, saw that, mate. It's a good bit of business, that, because obviously the obligation to buy isn't, because obviously if he doesn't do well, but then that's just like buying him, isn't it? But it just means that they don't have to pay till next summer. So I think it's a smart bit of business by Leicester, personally. Josh Jackson says, reckon Leon Bailey is just agent talk. But he appointed A.D. Ward, didn't he, who's had a lot of big clients over the past. And he said with his remit was to get him a move to the Premier League.
That's his job, isn't it?
Everton have watched them. I know they've watched them a couple of times. They watched them the first game back, actually, against Rangers in the Europa League in August. But I don't know. He's a good player. I'd have him tomorrow because he's a great age and I think he's got loads of potential. But I mean, what's your thinking on this? Because obviously James played off the right and was brilliant the other night. But I feel like he could play where Gomez played as well. But do you think we definitely need a right winger, or are you still of the belief that it's a right back?
Right back.
Yeah.
It's the number one position. We've got pretty much all the other positions, I think, filled at the moment. Some people may argue with me, but I think we have with that formation. But I think a right back, and I thought Seamus was brilliant on Sunday.
He was,
but if we want to be dynamic and we want to go up a little bit more, I think a right back could offer up. If a right back could get up and down, up and down, up and down, always providing that overlap all the time, I think it'd take this team on a little bit more.
I've got a little video. I haven't done it. I've got the things. We might do it tomorrow, just on the way James played against Spurs. It'd be 2 or 3 minutes, but got a couple of the stills, and it's where he's coming inside. There's just there's a big gap, and if you had a bomber down the right hand side, not Errol Graham, the bomber, you know, from the 80s, late 80s boxer, but if you had someone who could get up and down there,
it takes the player as well. Yeah, they did it on Seamus, and it was that cross that Son did, and all it was someone went round the outside. He went on the outside, and then what Seamus had to do then was to mark both players, so he couldn't commit.
And there was the gap,
and that leaves the gap for the cross. And you just think, if we had a right back who could go, that's the option. That's the option.
You know the one when Rodriguez played the ball to Charleston and he missed timed his header. That Coleman went on the outside of him, and they went to give him that yard to come inside. So I think you're right. Stephen Powell says, do you think there's a chance of us bringing in a right winger and playing James in the 3? I still feel we are lacking speed in that department. I think there's a chance, but people who are kind of going, oh yeah, this is happening and that's happening. The way it is at Everton at the moment is they've gambled on the front end of the window this time, which is un-Everton-like really. But they've done it because there was a purpose to it, which is to replace the midfield. So now it's within the other part of the window, which is trying to get movement in the wages and trying to get people out the door. If Everton can be successful in getting a few people out the door, you see at the moment, if Everton were to keep the squad they've got, the only addition they would make, it would be a centre-back on loan. If we were just to keep everybody, if everyone was to stay now, and that isn't a healthy position. But if Everton can turn over a few of those people and get them out the door, then I think they will go for either a right back or a right winger.
And we've seen the list yesterday, even though we've known the list for weeks. They'll basically look at offers for everyone, won't they? Essentially, they'll look at. I mean, that doesn't mean they'll sell them all. Of course, you can't. I mean, he's squad, but it might almost be first come, first served. In terms of like if someone comes in for Walcott or Wobie or whatever, be the first one, and then they'll have to make a decision. Terry Cook's just said then in our Patreon comments, said he's a bit worried about FFP, but I wouldn't be worried because no matter what, 3, 4, 5 players will be leaving next summer anyway because they're on free transfers. So we're getting rid of them no matter what. And I think we'll get rid of others just by natural wastage. Not everyone is happy to sit on the bench and take money. People want to play football. And I think if people are told they're not going to be playing, then they're more likely to move on. You know, seeing Yannick Bolasie chomping at the bit to play, then I imagine if an offer comes in and the club accept it, he'll move because he is clearly, I'm not saying the penny's dropped, but he's eager to play football.
He's ready, he feels fit again.
He feels fit, so he'll be like, right, it's not at Everton, it's somewhere else. I'll take this opportunity. And if you've got a couple, I think Walcott would be in the same position. I think he'd take the opportunity. I think if Everton said to a Wobie, if a decent offer came in, I think he'd go. But regardless, the likes of Sandro and Bessage, their contracts end at the end of the season anyway. Don't want them sticking around, of course. And I think that last week's going to be a little bit mad.
As we get towards it's like any transfer window the past, as you're getting towards the end of it, especially like you just said when we've done the footy show before, teams are playing games now and results dictate what they do. So if you lose the first couple or you lose a game and you're not happy with something, you start looking who's available, who can we get. People get twitchy, and you and that's what'll happen. Simon Byers says, why is Bale to Tottenham a world-class signing, but James to Everton is a huge risk?
Media, narrative.
Nonsense. Mills says, any reason Zaha wasn't even on the bench for Palace last night?
Because if they do sell him and he's not cup side, his value would be worth more.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah, exactly. Carlos Marquez says, do Everton have a player that can sub Allen or Decore? I read Davis can play in their position. Is it true? Davis can play in their position. Is it a downgrade at the moment on them? Yes. Tom Davis at the moment, last season was way off it. And he has to raise his level big time. And I mean, Siri, I don't know what you're on about.
I think you're ringing.
I haven't asked you to call anyone. So yeah, there you go. Stephen Powell said, I've done that one, haven't we? Done that one. Where are we? Sophie says, Baz, why are we making 7 or 8 changes? We should be taking the cup competition seriously. Be bothered watching Sigurdsson and Davis just strut around. So we've got a squad of, I don't know, a lot of players. Sigurdsson wants to do well, he's got to go in and perform. Tom Davis wants to do well, he's got to go in and perform. We've just said if we get through this, we've got West Brom early kick-off at the weekend. We've then got Fleetwood if we win tonight next Tuesday. And then we've got Crystal Palace away on the Saturday. And then if we beat Fleetwood, we've got a cup tie again the week after. Those players we've brought in can't play in every game. You just got to accept it. The way you look at it, the way I look at it, Soph, is the players who were coming in tonight, in general, were our first team last season. And now they're only sub. So Andy will have to raise their level. And also we're playing a mid-table League 2 side. So if these players who are on big money can't perform against these, then really there's got to be huge questions asked of their professionalism. And no footballer likes to be. They
want to stay at the club
accused.
as well.
And if they want to stay at the club, they've got to perform. Dosbick is also drinking coffee. Dan Jones loves the room. Eamon Russell says, do you think we'll see Ellis Sims at some point tonight?
No.
Okay, there you go. I don't know whether he's in the squad. It's the reality. It depends what if the manager wants to give Dominic Calvert-Lewin the whole night off, or Richarlison, then maybe Ellis will be on the bench, because he will have a striker on the bench. Sandro. It won't be Sandro. I mean, it could be. It could be, you never know. Eugene says, do you think Everton needs one more signing this summer transfer window? I think you think they need 2, don't you? Because
Get out of my mind!
No, you do, don't you? Because
you do.
I do, because I just feel like with Mason out Mason's out till November, right? So therefore we're going with essentially 3 centre-backs, all very similar, till November.
Yeah.
So I think they feel like they want a quick centre-back. I've seen Adebayo, I think you say his name, the Man City centre-back who we were linked with a couple of years ago, now looking to get out of City because he's not getting games. He's quick, big lad, he's quick.
How many times has he
No, he hasn't played a lot for them, but he's been at Blackburn on loan, played games. I'd Tamori, obviously, out the 2, but apart from him, I'd one either another right winger who's good, like a quick right winger, or a right back who's fast.
A right-sided player and a centre-back, I think, would do the job.
Yeah. Glenn Watson says, howdy, Ped and Baz.
Hello.
Great news, my son was born on Friday. He's right, congratulations, Glenn. Home on Saturday evening, ready for his first Everton game on Sunday. What a way to start. Please give me your best parent advice for a new dad. Sleep when you can. So if the baby sleeps and you haven't got to do anything, try to get some shut-eye. And enjoy every second of it, mate, because it goes like that. That's what I will say. Adam Seymour says, when's the Zaha signing? Adventures of Steve, what a name, says, can we end the Merseyside derby curse this season?
It's not a curse.
What is it? Just not being good enough?
It's just not being good enough. It's not a curse, it's just not being good enough.
Then, are we better? One game. If we were to repeat that kind of performance at the weekend, like on a regular basis, say, would you be more confident we could beat them this season?
Yeah, because that's been called having a better team, isn't it? It's not about being cursed. It's about being not very good. That's what curse is when curse is when you're unlucky or something happens. But when you're just not good enough to beat a team, this is what happens. It's when people talk about us not being able to beat teams who are in the top 6 or not go to away grounds. We're a curse. We're just not good. We haven't won a trophy for 26 years.
Mentality-wise as well?
Because we're not good enough. We're not good enough. It's as simple as that.
JS says Garner's been linked to Palace and West Ham. Would you have him here as a squad player for Alan?
No, because I wouldn't now, because you're talking about a lot of money, and
He's 31.
And we've got hopefully Gbamin coming back before the end of the year, or how much time he needs.
Yeah.
Whoever gets Garner's getting a great signing, and I really hope it's not a West Ham or a Crystal Palace. I hope he goes to... See, if I was Garner,
I was at Arsenal.
I would not want to go anywhere that wasn't a champion, because I'd be like, I'm a Champions League player. I've played for teams who aren't great, Villa and Everton.
Here's a shout. What about Koeman at Barca?
Koeman playing centre.
Yeah. Taking him for Barca. I know we've got Frankie de Jong in there, but
I think he could. If I was him, I'd want to play in the Champions League, and I'd be looking at going. I was on the bench for the Champions League final, and things could have been very, very different if COVID hadn't struck. Because he was playing regularly.
Flying, wasn't he? Yeah.
I wouldn't accept anywhere that wasn't a Champions League team if I was Garner. Certainly, West Ham, I'd retire before I went to West Ham.
If I was him, I'd go nowhere those two teams. There's obviously thingy as well, isn't there? Get the likes up. 700 are you watching? Get the likes up, please. You've got to. It's the rules. Napoli, seen over the weekend, they'd be moaning the loss of Alan. Napoli go and get him. He's plays in Europe.
No, he could. I mean, Napoli have been linked with Gerard Deulofeu as well, which is an incredible...
Seen some Everton fans going, just get him back now. His knees wrecked, he's still not fit.
He's got cheese things.
Mike O'Connell says, would you put Keane up front tonight? Would like to see him get a few games. Yes, we would.
I think Keane will start up front tonight.
Trudy Orifice says, rumours of Rafinha from Barcelona to Everton. I honestly don't see that one at all. I know it's been talked about a lot, but...
Who started the rumours?
Yeah. Was it
Agent.
you?
It was agents.
Oh. J.E. Benedetti says, get Arias from Atletico Madrid. Well, we've been linked with him a few times, haven't we? We may well. AJ Gellert says, Kenny might impress yet at right back. West Country Blues says, do you think we should be off?
When you say West Country Blues, only one thing comes into my mind.
What?
Take me home, West Country Blues, to the place
I'm alone. Do you think we should be offering Tom Davis out on a season?
What, like, lads, outside? Your coach, outside, lad. Say that again, because I missed it, because I was my hilarious joke.
Offering Tom out on a season-long loan?
Yeah, depending on... if Gbamin was back...
I can see him going on loan in January, because I think they'll hang on. Well, depends who goes, though. If Delph doesn't get shifted out, which everyone at Everton I think is praying he does, and Sigurdsson stays...
Well, I'd put him on a slow boat to China.
Oh, without a shadow. Craig 90 says, I've heard we're winning the race for under.
Is he a Leicester fan?
Don't know. Danny Morton says, do you lads see the Dresden game v Hamburg the other day? 10,000.
That was the fight as well.
Was that the fight? 10,000 in the
told you there was loads.
Said 3,000.
You said 3,000.
No, it said, the thing I read said 3,000.
I think it was a different game. I think Germany goes down to the areas, doesn't it? Germany's like, again, more sophisticated than us. They go by areas, because Germany's cut up, isn't it, into different areas. They go by areas, because again, they've got the testing and the track and trace down to like an actual thing, by the way. So it's areas, and they could have 10,000, and one of their players went into the crowd and started having a fight with someone.
I've seen someone had confronted the thing.
Not social distancing.
Neil Sanders is saying he's thinking James plays where Gomez played the other night, and we convert Moise Keane to the right wing, then spend money on a right back and loan a centre half. No, well, Keane's played out there. It's
why?
Just that he's
Can
never
I ask
done
this
enough.
question though, right? And honestly, give me answers. Why are people so determined to shoehorn Moise Keane into our team when he's not done?
Think people just
when
want
he's
him
not
to do
done,
well.
I know, but when he's not done, one tap, right? He hasn't, and I'm not having a go with the lad. I'm just saying as it is. He hasn't done anything at Everton Football Club. He scored a couple of goals. Every time he comes off a bench, he looks lost. When he starts games, he looks all right.
Yeah.
But it's like people are always trying to shoehorn him.
I think
know what it is, Baz? I honestly think it's because people think that in the future he's going to be amazing, and it's like you've got to force them into the team.
No,
That's not how... But what I will say is, though...
I think you're probably right, to be honest.
What I will say is, though, I remember when Yobo came to Everton, and I sort of felt the same way about him. I remember Weir and Stubbs were doing amazingly, but I was scared that we'd lose Yobo because he was amazing. And it was like, but Weir and Stubbs were the best players at that time for that position. And if he was going to get in the team, it was because he'd done something to get into the team. It was on him. But I was like, we're going to... Remember all the rumours, Arsenal every 5 minutes.
Arsenal wanted them, didn't he? Yeah.
Moise Keane's got to do something. He's got to start coming on the pitch and impressing. Tonight he'll get a game, right? You're playing against Salford City. I expect you to score. I expect you to score if you start tonight.
Should be at least getting 2 there.
Exactly. So go out there tonight if you start and do well and
business,
impress. Because you've had a year at the club now, and you should be going out there.
We're getting into territory now where there's no excuses now. He's had a year. He's a football. He plays for his national team, who are a top side.
He's got a chance of going to Euros at the end of the season.
He's got to do it. And if he doesn't do it, we're paying him for very little, aren't we? We've had no him. I want him to do well. I think people are looking and going, he's a 20-year-old Italian striker.
Exactly.
Like, in our minds, he's this big, like a prodigy type thing, and we want it to work. And that's why people are going, give him a go on the right. But if he's not doing it...
But you are right, and I do want it to work. But I don't want him shoehorned into the team. And then it'd be like, well, hang on, why... You just said there, well, Gomez played really well on Sunday. So it's almost like that idea of going, take someone out the team who did really well the other day, who we know is a good player, and bring someone in who's had no consistency. I don't understand that mentality at all.
What could happen is if we don't get a right winger in, that option is there. The option is there to play all 3 of them up front, isn't it? And James to go into midfield. It's there, isn't it? It's an option, there. But he's got to, like you just said, he's got to give the manager that thought in his mind that I can play you and you'll do a job for me. At the moment, I think the manager and the coaching staff look at him and go, I'm just not sure, because every time you come on, you don't affect the game. Yeah, it's right. When he starts, he looks a lot better because I think you can get into a game. Some players aren't good subs.
Yeah. And I appreciate that.
It's as simple as that. The good players, the better when they start, they get up to the speed of the game. Others come on and struggle. But you'll get someone who comes on as a sub and bangs goals in and can just get into the game immediately. So
I understand that as well.
Agastya Garg says, as a foreigner, I believe London has overhyped their team and players a lot. Is it just people outside England feel that, or do you lot feel the same way?
No, we feel it as well. It's because the media...
Particularly London press.
The media is based very much in London. That will start changing over time because London's too expensive. So it's very... You get this core of media-centric. All the like Sky are based down there and TalkSport are based down there. So it becomes a very London-centric kind of media then, who don't look outside their own bubble. So when you get talk of all these other clubs... And the irony is, the North West is the power base of football in this country and always has been and always will be. When you've got clubs the size of Everton, Liverpool, Manchester United, Manchester City now, you know, and all the little clubs you skate around, we're the power base and always will be. And that's the irony of the whole thing. But
they don't like that.
But they don't. They make a big deal every time a London club wins the league. You know, it's...
Neil Sanders said, go in for Zahara and offer a Wobie, Bernard, Tosin, Davis, get players off the book and a decent buy. That's great. That is absolutely great, Neil, but Palace have got to want those players. Palace look at Cenk Tosun and go, well, hang on, he's had a serious knee injury. Is he going to give us... They're just getting Batshuayi in on loan, aren't they? Or they've got him in on loan.
He's on loan, yeah.
So they're looking at Tosun going, his knee, is he going to hold up? How much wages does he want? Whatever. Tom Davis... Now, okay, he might get in Palace's side because I think he could do a good job for them. Yeah, that might be one, but then people are going Balassi. Did he want Balassi back?
I don't think Tom Davis is getting the Palace side because they play... No, he's not. They play...
James McCarthy.
Yeah.
McCarthy.
James McCarthy is well better than Tom Davis at what he does. They have 2 centre midfielders who are just stoppers. That's their job. Yeah. The flair comes from the wings. They don't have a number 10. They have 2 centre midfielders whose job it is to break the ball up. Yeah. That's all they have. So Tom Davis would not play in their centre midfield. They don't carry players like him. He would have been better if Bournemouth would have stayed up.
Yeah.
He'd have been perfect for them.
To be honest. Jürgen Carlson says, what position is most essential to you? Said that, haven't you?
Right back, for me.
Yeah. Will Sassin says, I agree, we have to get bodies out the door, but how do we market players who underperform on loan and get paid mad wages, such as Sandro Balassi?
You have to stop the culture of stop giving people big contracts. What we used to do is, we used to give people 5-year contracts and then spread the payments over the 5 years. But obviously now, in this window, we've not done that. We've gone and got players and said, right, there's an option. So 2 years or 3 years, and there's an option for another year. That puts the onus on them to start performing and want to be. That's like saying to them, listen, it's a privilege for you to be at Everton Football Club. No, it's a privilege for us to have you.
Yeah, true.
And that way, if it doesn't work out or whatever, there's a middle ground, isn't there? Whereas when we were signing like Sandro, giving 5-year contracts, you were like, oh, we've got to protect them. Whereas now that, and don't get me wrong, they still probably will give 5 years, but I imagine what they'll start doing now is bringing young players in, giving them like a 3-year deal, but then with the caveat of like, if you do well in your first year, we'll give you 6.
Yeah. Options as well. Yeah. Well, it's the same with Schneiderlin and Delph. To me, they both smack off coming at a club that was doing well, then coming to Everton and thinking it was going to be different, but in their mind it's a step down and on big wages, so you can't get the games out of them. When we don't need that, do we? No. Glenn Watson says, please like the video if you've enjoyed all the Toffee TV's coverage of the new season. It helps more fans find the channel, which leads to more subscribers and great content. Thank you, Glenn.
Yeah.
That's how easy it is. That's your contribution. Just give a like and share it.
Also, if people wouldn't mind, subscribe to our Footy Show Daily channel as well. Yeah. Because we've spun the Footy Show off onto its own channel now. So if you could give that a sub as well, please. We've got like just under 5,000 subs on there, but the videos haven't been doing that well because I just don't think people have realising that that's where we're doing them. So if you subscribe and you click the bell, then you'll know what time the videos are going out over there.
It only takes a second to subscribe.
So you're only subscribing to us, but on another channel. We're not going to sit there bothering you all day on YouTube, are we? So if you could do that, the link is youtube.com/The Footy Show is Boss. The Footy Show is Boss. Dead easy. So if you could do that for us as well. If you enjoyed the Footy Show, you can watch it there. You'll know when it comes out. If you enjoy this, just give it a subscribe anyway.
Thank
you. If
you
like listening to us talking about footy or the guests we have talking about footy in general, then do that for us.
Cheers, thank you very much. Matthew Kitting says, Eden and lads, you think we'd be stupid to let Iwobi go? He's only had one season where the whole team wasn't very good. He's still young and can play in a few positions. I think the only reason why people would look at Iwobi and go and say, like, sell him, for me, is because we can get a decent fee for him. I'm not certainly sitting here going, Iwobi has to go, because I think Iwobi can play right, left, or through the middle. But he hasn't done much.
What I would say is, right? What I would say is, I didn't think there was a position for Iwobi, right? When we were playing 4-4-2, right? Yeah. If we're playing 4-3-3, I now think there's a position for the lad in 2 positions actually, on the left of a front 3 and in the centre of a midfield 3 in certain games, not every game. So actually, if we play 4-3-3, it opens up, because you've seen Richarlison on Sunday. I mean, he's magnificent in his work rate. Shooting maybe not so much, but his work rate was magnificent. So Iwobi's played both of those positions for Arsenal. He's played the mid 3 for us under Silva and looked all right, and he was getting better. And actually, when Carlo Ancelotti went out, he played a couple of good games. Leicester away played well. Southampton in the second half he played well. West Ham at home he played well. So I think he's been injured, isn't he? I don't know whether he's going to be involved tonight, whether he's back tonight.
I think he will be tonight.
But it's on him, isn't it? It's on him. I mean, I'd be quite excited by what I'd seen. So it's whether... Iwobi's never going to play for a bigger club than us now, I don't think.
I don't think so.
So... Unless he went somewhere else and then was so amazing, everyone went, because sometimes it happens. Yeah. But it's there for him. I don't think Carlo shut the door on him, but he's got to want it,
He's got to force his way in. He's got to give. You just mentioned the Charleston there. That's what Iwobi's got to do. Never give up. Run everywhere. Put tackles in. Mills, thanks for the super chat. Zaha, not even on the bench for Palace last night. I just think with Zaha, first of all, it's a game that they felt they could probably do without him. But also, if he's desperate to go, which it sounds like he is, the manager actually referenced it at the weekend. If he's desperate to go, then he's not cup-tied, is he? So it's another little thing for him. And maybe himself, he wasn't in the right frame of mind. Or maybe Palace are literally just protecting him for the weekend and thought they didn't need him last night.
They got knocked out.
I don't think it's anything to do with... He's not certainly on his driving up here with his agent in a car, and that's why he wasn't there. So we'll see. We'll see. Glenn says, you were saying some players don't make great subs, but who was Everton's best ever sub? Who was better at coming on during the game than starting?
Tony Cottee was a good sub, wasn't he?
Cottee was a good sub, yeah. Some players can just get into the game from the bench. Well, remember, like, this is an older reference, but people like Alan Harper and Kevin Richardson years ago in the 80s had come on and be in the game like that.
Victor Lancieri was a good sub.
And need to be very good at coming on as a sub, would like affect the game and stuff. Some players can, some players can't. It's as simple as that, isn't it? I don't know.
Right, let me just do a couple of patrons.
Go on.
Paul Cattle says, full strength for me tonight. Try and get a decent lead and then make changes. Lots and lots of hellos. I won't go through all the hellos because...
Hello to everybody on Patreon.
Mick Flynn. Mick, the Alan Ball trainees, they're not going on sale till tomorrow, 8 o'clock. There's no pre-sale, there's no pre-order. They go on sale, they're a limited edition. There's nothing. Bobby C says, if we received a really good offer from Moise Keane and reports for a while have hinted that he'd like to return to Italy, would you take it? And who would you like to bring in with the money?
I don't think he wants to go back to Italy. I think that's people.
What about if this under deal goes to at Leicester and they're suddenly like, we'd love you at Roma, you'll play every game, and your busy mates here, and...
Well, I'd only sell him if we had someone coming in. So we'd have to bring in someone like Moussa Dembele for me.
Okay.
Or Memphis Depay or someone.
Come to Barca.
But he isn't. He played last night. Not done yet.
We'll see. We'll see. Lee Winstanley says, you'd imagine with Bale heading to Spurs, Zaha's destination if leaving Palace and staying in the Premier League would be us. But imagine it'll be a yellow tie day type signing if it happens. Well, we'd need to sell players.
Yeah, it's not happening unless we sell players. Simple as that.
Let's have a look.
Paul Kate Melbourne, I'll answer this while you're selecting the next one. Worst Everton players you've seen? Toss-up between Barlow, De Strack and Angel for him. Yeah, Stewie wasn't great. He was dead quick. Played as Stewie. He was dead quick. Wasn't great. But Brett Angel wasn't great either by any stretch. He was terrible. But for me, it's Cuca Martina. Horrific. Absolutely. The first player for a while, Nias as well, but Nias did contribute something. The worst player for a while that I've seen and just thought, we literally could have just got a fan to do what you do and have done it better. In my opinion.
I think technically Stakulesi was the worst player I've ever seen, but he made up for it with his work rate and got a couple of really important goals.
Yeah. Ian Clark, no. Rodriguez isn't really only getting 80 grand a week.
Sky said Ali will go.
To Real Madrid?
Yeah.
Talk about that on the footy show, didn't
Ali going to Real Madrid. Fair play to Deli.
The question is...
I hope he does well there.
The question is, though, will he make his own beans in Madrid?
Madrid beans.
Did he have other kinds of beans?
He'll have to go to the ethnic aisle.
What?
You know, when you go abroad, that's like the thing of like where the British food is.
What happens when he finds out cars drive on the other side of the road?
Oh, he'll have a driver. He'll be done.
How will he cope with that?
I don't know.
What will he do?
I don't know.
Let's have a look.
Get the likes up to 300, please. Should be. I mean, there's 800 watching. They really should be at about 500. Takes a sec. It says hi. It's nice. Thank you very much.
Let's have a look. Brian says, Hassan from Sweden. I think that Siggy will prove to be an important player for us this season, used as mainly substitute, playing higher up the pitch when we need a bit of guile. when losing or like on Sunday playing deeper. I really don't think he should be written off. There you go.
Okay.
Um,
Lynn, hi.
Depends what, again, offers. It's all about offers, isn't it? All about who comes in with an offer. Phil Williams says, should clean my truck, but need to be here with you, Blue Boys. Love your channel. Thank you. Alfie says, hi lads, do you reckon Carlo will make big changes for the game tonight?
Yes.
Adam says, hello from Wales. Lads on a trip with a mate. We'll catch a show a bit later. I think Everton as a club should say to Moise Keane that he is going nowhere. If we don't want to sell him, we need to stop being pushovers as a club. I don't think we are being. I don't think you have to worry about that. It's all just press. Sean says, would you expect Brands to make any more low money moves for hidden gems? He has a reputation on unearthing, or will that have to wait until the academy ban is lifted? Those kind of deals typically get done in the summer when players are out of contract, or, you know, they whatever.
The academy ban's up in 6 weeks, isn't it? It's done in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So
not going to be a raft of players coming
in. No. But they can start looking at that. But they're the deals. You see, how I would like, we spoke about this on, I think it was on Patreon, so apologies to anyone on YouTube who isn't a patron. But
don't apologise.
You can resolve that like that, to be fair. £3 a month if you want. We talked about Carlo and the influence Carlo should have over the club. People saying give him the power. Brands should be looking to do, in my opinion, as well, more of the Unkunku, the Tiara Branthwaite type deals, as well as supporting Carlo in the other thing and trying to go right through. So you're getting 18, 19, you're getting 22, 23, and then the experience.
Well, he might be, though, because he might be.
He might well be doing
he might be watching them now, like he did Branthwaite last year.
Alex Submarine has just started watching. He's been making a couple of lasagnas, and he's got a nice bottle of Rioja, and Everton are on the telly.
It's an early one for him. Alex Stevens says, when Everton Twitter is positive, it's such a wonderful place. This is a weird question though, Alex, I must admit. He says, what kit would you like to see today in the match? Blue?
Blue, white, blue.
We're playing at home.
I'd love us to wear the blue socks as well.
Kieran Ryan says, Ped and Basil, what do you think of my... I mean, he's already started the nicknames, but he said, what do you think of my nicknames for some of our players? Alan, Tortuga. Keane, Magnet. Gabaman, Chips and Peas. Decore, Seedorf. DCL, Dom Calvin Lewis. What?
Paul Ross says, hi lad, should be in England for 3 weeks, can go to see the Blues and sitting in Alberta, Canada instead. Damn you, COVID. Low NYC, who's a top fella, says, yo, keep cranking them videos and I'll be watching.
We crank them.
Alan the Blue isn't a fan of a Wobie, fair enough.
Tony McGrail,
the
man with two names, international.
Yeah.
Says, I was really hopeful that Moise Keane would be a good signing, but we are still waiting. On the other hand, we had Branthwaite coming, also new, young and lots to learn, yet I thought he did really well and even looked composed. I'm hoping he will do really well with us. P.S. I have a sneaky suspicion that my name is no longer going to be unique on here. Tony Miguel, your name is always going to be unique to me. It's unique here and it's unique here. There
you go.
Got to keep our patrons
Tom
happy.
Clark says Rodriguez has only had one game and I'm convinced he's the best signing in the last 10 years. Yes, Tom is right.
Keith says Dele Alli will have to go to the British corner shop for his Heinz baked beans, chicken soup, Jaffa cake, HB sauce and ginger biscuits. He'll send someone else, Keith. He ain't going to go himself, is he? He ain't going himself. Dennis says, hi guys, keep up the great content. Always great listening and watching the game on Sunday. It made me think back to Silva's team, and I think we always knew it would never come close to what we saw on Sunday. Do you agree? I never had any confidence in him as a coach. Yeah.
Who's you got no
He had no confidence in Silva.
Oh, okay. John Paul Austin says, just look for the Footy Show as boss on YouTube and it's just showing loads of Aussie rules and not you.
Well, I'll have a look. You keep doing you.
I mean, isn't it Footy Show Day? Is it Footy Show?
Maybe I've... I'll
Ped a look, John Paul, and we'll get back to you.
NRL Footy Show.
Christopher Carter says Harper was a great sub. Kevin Huber says Enna Valencia. Yeah, Enna Valencia was a good sub. he always affected the game. He wasn't brilliant. Scored a couple of goals, but he always seemed to come on, particularly in the second half of that season when we had Rom. And he'd always do something that'd create something for Lukaku. Or,
there was always games when he did well.
Yeah, definitely. Grant James says Leon Bailey, sick player he is. He's a tremendous player.
Very sick.
Sick.
It's definitely the footy show is boss. Definitely.
All one word. No, if they put in the search bar.
I'm gonna put a link now.
Okay, but also just search
in the
for
comments.
it in the search bar so they can find it. John Jauro Cortez Cesar says in Spanish, John, if you can understand a bit of English, go to the CC, the closed captions, click on that. Then, once that you click on that, go to the settings button next to it. Go on subtitles and you should be able to turn it into Spanish. Just try that. Amakachi says somebody. Naismith says ATL Gobby.
Very good.
LCC MD7 says Amakachi. Wayne Brown says, my opinion, Zaha wasn't in the squad for the same reason James won't be in ours tonight. Yeah, agree.
To not be kicked off the pitch.
Agree. Harry Fraud says he'd keep Sigurdsson. I think he will unless someone comes in with a bid that they feel like they can't turn down for him, I guess, and he wants to go. Don't know. Jack Kelly says Brands is out of contract next summer. Does he stay?
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
Simple.
Simples. Julian Suarez says 11:44 in Colombia. We're waiting for the game. We hope to see James for at least 45 minutes. I don't know whether you will, Julian. I hope for your sake we do, but I don't know whether you will. Just try and protect them for the game on Saturday, I think. There you go.
Gareth Hughes says, favourite buffet snack? Sausage roll, pork pie, cheese and pickled onion on a stick or Scotch egg.
Sausage roll.
I'm like more of a modern buffet kind of guy, and I think like little wraps and things like that.
Yeah, I mean they are nice. Like, I wouldn't have like a Scotch egg or
I wouldn't have a Scotch egg. Drumstick.
JP Austin says weird that people don't hit the like button. It's something that I'm into. I always do it because it feels like I'm contributing. Well, John Paul, you can have a clear conscience that you've contributed to this show, can't you? Paddy B says, do you think Unsworth's appointment as director of academy is a good one? Is he really known for developing young talent, Ped? Oh, hi, Ped. How will you answer?
It absolutely bewilders me how he's got that job. Honestly, I'm not slagging him off.
All right, Hunzy, it's all right.
He's a boss fella.
He's a great fella.
Always had loads of time for us.
Yeah, great fella.
But no, let me answer this a different way. He's obviously decided that he wants to stay at Everton and doesn't want to go and do management, and that's fine.
Yeah. He's never going to be Everton's manager.
But he's never going to be Everton's manager. But he's obviously decided that he wants to stay there. To stay at Everton. Yeah, now, that's right, fine. So I thought he was going to leave. I'm a little bit confused, let me just say that before we start, about what his new role is, because we already had a guy who was above him, and he's still above him.
Well, they've given Joel head of operations for the academy now.
So I don't understand what that means. So Joel now, I would imagine, organises everything. But I think Unsworth is like the head coach of everything. Because what it said in that statement was that it was to streamline how the teams played. Now, does that mean Unsworth dictates how the teams from the academy play?
Yeah.
Shouldn't that be the manager who dictates, or shouldn't that be Marcel Brands who dictates?
Shouldn't
they play the same way? Or what are we saying? Are we saying that our young teams are going to play all the way through, but that's not necessarily the way our first team plays because it could be a different manager? I thought it was supposed to be all the way through. So I'm slightly confused by what his role actually is. He hasn't got, I wouldn't say he's got an amazing track record of bringing players to the first team. I think he's done things like play Nias in the under-23s, which did help win the cup, and he would probably say by me playing that one player up front, I helped the rest of the team learn what it was like to win games. But now one of the questions that has to be answered, and I don't know whether this is Unsworth's job, and I really don't, or it was just a miscommunication, is Everton have far too many players like Matty Pennington still on the books.
Yeah.
Right? The other kid, Callum Connolly.
Nathan Broadhead.
Has he even gone on loan, Callum Connolly?
Played at the weekend in the derby.
Nathan Broadhead should be playing for a championship team, and he's playing for our under-23s.
Under-23s on Sunday at Benny Beningame, Nathan Broadhead, Callum Connolly, Matthew Pennington,
See, that's,
Dennis Adeniran.
That's my problem. That's my problem. None of those players should be at Everton.
Josh Bowler.
None of those players should, for me, players should be gone on loan when they're 20.
Or in the first team.
Or in the first team.
I'd say 19.
Morgan Feeney should not have got into a position where he left on a free transfer, having been at Everton since he was 8. He should have been sold the year before.
If he wasn't good enough, yeah.
And that, to me, is what needs to be rectified. Now, maybe this move will rectify it. I don't know. And obviously, Leighton Baines is going in as the guidance counsellor.
He's not.
He's coaching, though?
No, he's a mentor.
So he's a guidance counsellor?
Well, not really, because he's advice. He works with the young players in the first team.
A guidance counsellor?
No.
Well, what is it then? He's
a
guidance counsellor.
All right, yeah, go on then.
Well,
finish your thing, because I want
he's a guidance counsellor. He goes in there to help players to go through the levels and then feed back the information maybe to brands and stuff and who's, you know.
Yeah.
So,
for me, right, on the Unsworth thing, it's either you're the manager of the 23s
I
or
think
you're the director.
I think he has to resign as the under-23s
I do. You one or the other for me. You one or the other. You're either the director of the academy and you dictate the coaching and you dictate the style or whatever they do. And the other one, you can't do two roles.
I think he has to resign as the under-23s manager. Bring someone in. Bring someone in
who isn't in the club.
Bring someone in who's a specialist in coaching, like that level of football, and he oversees it. So he's dictating down to that fella. Because my problem is, right, if he's running the academy and the under-23s are not doing well, how can he go to the other coaches and say, why, you know, the head teacher at a school doesn't teach classes, does he?
No. Because you're there to set the tempo. Nicholas O'Halloran, thank you very much for your super chat. Says, keep up the good work.
Oh, hi, Nicholas.
Keep up the good work, fellas. A United fan here, Open Everton have a pretty good season this year. Is right, Nicholas. Nicholas, have you subscribed to the Footy Show, where we talk about United at times and every other club? The link is in the comments there. Go and subscribe. But thank you very much for your super chat, Nicholas. Hope you enjoy the season. And do you think that your boys will get Jadon Sancho? Interesting one, won't it? It'll be interesting. Jack Woodward says Moisey Keane loves him. Stephen Frederick says enjoying your content from Colorado. Welcome, mate. Nelson Gomez. Oh, hang on, where are we? Sorry, a different thing there. What's of Colombia? Nelson Gomez says, Colombian here. Are you guys fans, or is this sponsored by the team? Also, is Liverpool?
No, this is ours. This is our channel. This is nothing to do with the football club. This is our channel.
Is Liverpool your biggest rivalry? Yes. And a lot of Colombians are very interested in Everton. Thanks for having two of our men there. Well, welcome.
And
Nicholas.
we will
make sure you subscribe to the channel.
Very soon we'll have a James Rodriguez Colombia shirt as well for the studio.
T-shirt.
Nice blue. No, the shirt, the blue one, the blue away kit. It'll be coming soon, all the way from China.
And we've got some great James Rodriguez T-shirts. So
we have got James. Well, the more actual Colombian for him and Yerry Mina. Big Gerald.
Not Connell says, how do I watch the game in the USA? I honestly don't know, mate. It's on Sky Sports here. So whether there's some kind of stream or feed somewhere, I don't know, mate. Always, if you're on Twitter, there's a lot of people put streams on Twitter.
Our Americans don't always seem to be so clued up on the streaming. And I wonder whether it's something to do with it gets blocked over there or something. Like
Connell, not Connell. Go on, he's gold. Right. He's gold. Try that.
Real talk here. Real talk. Hashtag real talk. Streaming's a big thing here because we don't get all the games. Which is live. We're alive. We're getting them at the moment, but we don't get all the games. So if it's a 3 o'clock kickoff and you're playing away and you're not going to match, you have to find a stream. So we end up watching the American coverage of it. We have things called IPTV, which is just like a TV station created by someone who takes the links from abroad and then puts them in a little clever box, and so people over here stream a lot. I know, so I don't know it's a big thing in America, but if you go on like Twitter and put in Everton stream, you'll find it. Now, whether your internet allows that to play out,
you might need a VPN,
or you need a VPN.
Andrew Kelly says if a player by the age of 20 isn't in the full squad or shows potential, surely they should be let go. I agree, Andrew. I think by the thing about it is with our coaching staff, and certainly with the likes of Duncan Ferguson, who knows that and has been there for years, is that if those players are good enough at 17, 18, they'll be training with the first team. We've seen it already. Ellis Sims, Tyler Onyango, 16, he was training with the first team. And Kunku come in and has been taken from the 23s with the first team. The same, happened with Holgate and with things. If they're good enough, they will be with the first team. If you're 21 and with the 23 still, and you haven't had a period of time where the first team have used you, the chances are you probably ain't good enough.
The game is on ESPN Plus in America.
Okay, there you go. Knock Connell. ESPN Plus. Alec Dominic says hi from Almeria, Spain. Hello, Alex. YouTube guy says hi.
Oh, hi.
J Mac says Premier League clubs give Scudamore 250 grand each, and Macclesfield has just gone for $500,000. I know, it's a disgrace, mate. Absolutely disgrace. Jack Ross says Leicester have just had a bid for under accepted. Alan the Blue says, Jack, are you Sunderland's old manager?
Right, if you're looking for the Footy Show, right, don't search the Footy Show is boss or the Footy Show. You have to search one word. The Footy Show is boss. One word. One word.
Okay, there you go. Mark is subscribing. Thanks, Mark. YouTube guide says, I hear hi from Nigeria. Hear the Wobie is leaving. I don't know if he is leaving. Whether someone bids for him, he might go. I don't know, but it's one of them. Real Soul says who's the most niche Everton player that actually had a stretch in the first team. My shouts would be Aiden Tal, Terry Phelan and Kevin Langley. Kevin Langley was a belter player, by the way.
What's niche about those players?
Just because they weren't in all the time, but they played games and had a stretch of games. Landon Donovan, just because he was on loan. Regan Conley says, would you ever have Ross Barkley back?
Where would he play?
Good player.
No, he just... But his mind's not on football, clearly.
Dylan Bannon says, yes, lads, is Moyes Keane getting a goal or two tonight? I think he is, Dylan.
Hopefully.
I think he's going to score 2 tonight at least.
I hope so.
I really do. Ingy says, with no European football in this team, I'm very excited. The top 6 should be the first target. I'm sure that's what... Well, Carlo Ancelotti said that the other day, that was the target. So it's up to the players to deliver it now. YouTube guide said, asked the question and got blocked. What? By what? Let us know. What did you get blocked by and what question did you ask and who blocked you? John Paul Austin says, shouldn't the under-23 style mirror our first team, Ped?
You'd like to think so. You would like to think so.
You would. Andrew Wallace says, cheesecake or cheese board?
Cheesecake. All day.
All right.
All day.
There's loads of people telling us what's on, like Total Sport, VIP League and all of them, First Row Sport, the games and all that. Matthew Ellison says, I like Unsworth, but I don't want him anywhere near our youngsters anymore. More interested in winning trophies than developing players. I think a lot of people are looking at this that way now. I've seen lots and lots of fans saying a similar thing.
The problem is, though...
That doesn't mean that he's not going to be a good director of the academy. I just feel like we need something different.
The problem is, though, when he took over that job, if he was told to win things, then
the narrative has to change.
Everton might have gone to listen. It's about developing players, but at first maybe it was like, oh no, it's all about what culture it is. He might have thought getting players to win trophies would harbour that spirit amongst the players. And listen, I've been to both times they've won it. We both went the first time and I went the second time, and it was great. It was lovely to be involved in. Nice to see Everton lifting a trophy on Goodison, but really it doesn't really mean anything. Sometimes, like at the weekend, Everton got beat by the under-23s, and part of me was a bit like, oh, got beat. But then you have to stop and go, it doesn't matter. I never used to care when the Rezzies used to get beat. I used to look at who was playing and who was
No, that's
getting
all it is.
developed. And
Yeah. Peter Finn says 4 times since Marcel Brands became director of football that more than 6 players in the starting lineup were the ones he brought to the club. From those games, Everton have taken 10 out of 12 points.
incredible.
There we go. Nelson Gomez says, hi to everyone and thank you for your answer. Us Colombians want to become familiar with Everton as soon as possible. I subscribe. One more question. Why do people say Toffees? What does it mean?
That's our nickname because there was a toffee shop in the area the club came from. So a lot of the clubs in England, or all the clubs in England, have a nickname that's relative to them. So I don't know if it's the same in Colombia, but you'll have a nickname that's relative to your club. Some are because of the colour they play in. Some of them will be something to do with what's on their badge. Like Manchester United are called the Red Devils, the Devil, the Pitchfork. Everton are called the Toffees, the Toffee Men. Sometimes they're called the Blues or the Royal Blues, but that's our proper nickname, the Toffees. That's why we use it as on our channel. So there's a lot more history at the tower. The tower on the badge, that's a real tower in Liverpool. It's where they used to lock up people. So people come to Liverpool.
Have to do that video we talked.
People come to Liverpool and they don't believe that's a real place. That's a real place. I actually got to go inside it not so long ago, which was good. And the people, I didn't even know it was there till I think I started driving.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't, and it's not somewhere I ever went when I was a kid because I'm from a different part of the city.
Yeah.
So I never went there, never knew.
I think I was.
And then
I was an adult when I found it.
But also a few years ago, Everton lit it up. So it's in a dark area. It's in like by a field, like a hill. And Everton put a blue light. So if you go past it at night, you see this blue light. And that's the same area as where this toffee shop was. So yeah,
we need to do that.
That's where it comes from.
Southern Blue Dino says under or Bailey if we sell Iwobi and Walcott. I can see us going.
It ain't going to be under.
One of them. It'd be Bailey, wouldn't it? Because like Ped said, it's probably not going to be under.
And the other thing to do with the toffee shop is when there's a match, we have a girl who walks around the pitch and she's called the Toffee Lady, and she hands out, there's a mince called Everton mince, and she throws them into the crowd, and she wears like a traditional dress. And it's like the mascot. It's an old mascot that has been going around for years and years at the games. And she'll throw sweets into the crowd and stuff. And dead old tradition that we have at the team as well to go with it.
Stephen G says always been amazed with the coverage situation in the UK. Down in Australia, it's about £100 a year for every single game for every team.
Pathetic here.
M.H. Cubes says, is there a watch along, lads? No, mate, not tonight. But he said we must be buzzing from the weekend. I am too, and I'm an Arsenal fan. Yeah, it was great to beat them. It really was. Not Connell says, awesome, thanks guys. The streams on Reddit get taken down a lot.
They don't on Twitter?
No, not on Twitter. Johnny Lake says toffee equals candy.
Yeah,
it does.
Or taffy. Don't they call it taffy in America?
Taffy, yeah, I think so.
Like taffy they call it, don't they?
I think so. But who knows? Real Source says Tommy Wishu from the room comes to fact to host the screening twice a year. You should get him on.
We've got to go.
And
we've got to get him on.
Next time we've got in an Everton shirt.
Yeah, definitely got to do that.
Hi, Tommy.
Hi, Tommy.
Player 1 says, Ped, I can't find the footy show.
The footy show is Boss, all one word, or put in the full URL, youtube.com/the footy show is Boss. I've put the URL in the comments. Matty, put the URL in the comments, lad. Come on.
Do it, Matty. Do it.
Do you want me to tweet it?
You're sitting there like a ginger Messi.
YouTube guide said, do you think we can win the European Conference Cup if we qualify? Wouldn't be till next year, so we'd have to win, or we'd have to finish in that place.
Or we'd have to win the League Cup. That's the only way getting it.
Or win the League Cup. So we'd have to see what team we have.
Or seventh, obviously, if someone else wins it.
That's what I mean. So we'd have to see what team. Arsenal Fans TV says, hi from Arsenal fan. I think Everton will finish third because they deserve it.
We won't.
It'd be amazing if we did. Thank you for saying we deserve it, but I don't know.
Shout out to Degsy, who's sitting in his PJs, in his NHS PJs.
Is he back in hospital?
Getting a bit of work done, isn't he?
Oh, is he?
Oh, yeah, it's a bit of a,
Bit of a tuck.
he's getting the old You know the score. Make sure you get those trains tomorrow. Degs, you get up and get them.
Fair enough, Degs. Fair enough. Fortune Records says, all right, lads, what's your view on the PES update instead of a full game? I bought it thinking it was the new one, currently awaiting a refund.
Oh, did you not have the old one? Well, the reason they've done it is because they're going to PS5, obviously, and they're changing to the Unreal Engine. How geeky do I sound here? Which is going to make it so much better. The Unreal Engine is like the best thing you can get for games. It's so good that films and TV now are using it for... So, know The Mandalorian? Which
Yeah.
Well, The Mandalorian has sets, right? They don't have green screen, right? What they have is these big video walls
Right.
that have backgrounds on them.
Okay.
Right? But the background moves like when the camera moves, like a game does. You know when you
Yeah.
go through a game and it keeps changing?
Yeah.
So
So
they
they
have
do
this
that.
background that's like a computer game background. And all the film companies are going to start
obviously
using
you
it.
can't
It's
tell.
going to save them thousands, millions of pounds, this. And the guy, John Favreau, who made it, he's come up with help with this technology. And that uses the Unreal Engine. And that shows how amazing it is. So they're putting that in PES. But because the PS5, what they've done is they've said, well, this year we'll just update last year's game. And then next year's going to be like the business, the absolute business. Because what they did wrong was, remember when they went to PS3? They got it all wrong. They tried to use old technology in the PS3, and it made a mess of it. And it doesn't take much to lose your credibility, does it? Especially when FIFA's got all that money to splodge you around. So, there you go.
There you go. You didn't expect that, did you? You didn't expect that.
Any more?
No, hang on. Where are we? Fabio says you have the lineups. No, not yet,
not for another hour. Another hour. Be on our Twitter in an hour.
Toothy says, you guys going to do video on the tower. We're going to do a history video, if you know your history video, basically.
We've done one of the new stadium.
Yeah, check that out.
We did one of Goodison, but it got lost. So we need to do that again.
Oh, yeah.
We went up to Goodison and we filmed it all. It was going to look amazing. And then it got lost. The memory card got lost. So, and then we drove from Goodison down to where the new stadium's going to be. So we did a video on that. So that's if you search Toffee TV Guide to Bramley-Moore Dock, that's in there. We're going to do one on the tower and on the history of the tower as well. And do other bits.
Yeah, Sebastian Fonseca says, will James Rodriguez play? I don't think he will, Sebastian, but then I'm not picking the team. So we'll know in another hour or so, won't we? So we'll see. Carlitos Martinez says, Hola from New York. Hola, Carlitos. Dave says, if you could merge two current players into one player, who would they be?
Two current players into one player? So you're looking for two players who aren't amazing.
Messi and Massimo Traore.
Two players who play for Everton?
Must be. Use two players who play for Everton.
Bernard
and
Yannick Bolasie.
Oh, okay. There you go. Interesting one. Carlitos loves our channel. Thank you, Carlitos. Gracias. Brian Hines says, Ped, the tour guide. Good info, pal.
Thank you.
Andrew Wallace says, after historic England's opposition to our new stadium, do you think there is an ulterior motive to the one they've stated? Their reasoning in the current economy seems pathetic.
Well,
I think they're just...
fellows in charge are red.
They're there. Is he here? They're there just to justify... They have to do this kind of thing to justify what they are. I don't think it'll have any bearing at all, to be honest.
Put it this way, if it was in London, they wouldn't be objective, wouldn't they? It's because it's here.
Andres Hernandez, subtitles in Spanish. What, you're watching them in Spanish and laughing, or you want them? Because there is a way to do it.
Do you know what we need to do? We need to actually do a video to show how people get Spanish. Because I don't know how to get Spanish subtitles.
It is quite easy.
Okay, well...
Fabio Posada says, hey, I'm learning English from you guys, thanks.
Jesus.
You're learning Scouse, I guess, more than English, but there you go.
Teach us, Sam.
Player one says, is it all one word though, Pet? Yes, footy show is boss.
All one word.
Just put that in it and you'll see it. It's.
Have you put it in this?
The link's in the comments.
The link is in the comments. Just click on it when this is all finished, or click on another tab and then subscribe and you're done. Click the bell for alerts as well, so you know when videos are coming out.
Ice Coffee 13 says, when is live at 5 from the townhouse?
Never.
Dark Art says,
Not clean enough.
History of Everton Football Club's video idea is brilliant for our new Colombian fans. Ashton, I don't know yet, is the answer to that, mate. Sebastian Fonseca says, JR19, indeed. Juan Vaquero, no entiendo what you're saying. Subtitle. I think he wants subtitles in Spanish.
Okay.
It's click. Should I put it in the thing? What it is? Click the CC button. Go into settings and change them.
If you speak slower, it won't
No,
make a
no.
difference.
I'm saying that's the thing. Where are we? Ollie says, love how you're learning English from a Scouser. That's a challenge. Alex Dominic says, here in Spain, people say that Everton is the graveyard of Barcelona and Real Madrid.
It's not true.
I mean, it's not.
It is not true.
But
I did not graveyard those players.
Carlos says, at what time did we get the Everton lineup? In another hour. 7:15 this time. Right, where are we?
Eric is saying PES 21 is actually a new game. At least it feels like it to me. Gameplay is heavily updated, in my opinion. There you go.
I don't know. Michael Vargas says, agreed, a video of Everton FC history for us Colombian fans. This team looks great.
But will you be able to understand it?
Yes, because they'll be able to do the... Hang on. Gonna have to... One sec. Just read two comments.
Let me just say...
We're finishing in 5 minutes.
Also, here's a bit of history as well for you. An Evertonian started Barcelona.
Yeah.
That's right, isn't it? An Evertonian started Barcelona. So a few years ago, we played a veterans game between Everton and Barcelona because we have both of us have the longest former players societies, and theirs is based on ours because we are. And obviously, we've got a team in Chile and a team in Uruguay as well. They're not our teams. We don't own them, but their names are based on our club because we, I think, went on a tour for South America in the early days, whenever that was.
British sailors went over, didn't he, and started
British
football
sailors
team
went
here,
over.
Evertonians, so there you go.
Spreading their gonorrhea everywhere.
Great.
Hang on. Let me get some comments. What is going on? Patron. Where's the comments gone? Hey lad, where's the comments? I don't know. Any updates?
There we go. Jackie FC says, hoping Ellis Sims gets some game time tonight. Ian Clark says, English heritage at Copites.
Very true.
Luke Thompson says, Toffee is different to Toffee.
Is it?
Toffee is like what we'd call a wamba.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like hard candy, that is, isn't it?
But like smooth hard candy.
Like a dime bar, maybe, that type.
No,
Like
it's like a.
Oh, like soft. No,
like
it's
soft,
like soft.
like
yeah,
soft.
Yeah,
You can pull it apart.
Yeah.
It's not nougat. No, you're wrong.
What does nougat feel like?
That's more. That's more foamy, isn't it?
Andy Mann says, guys, would you be able to do Spanish commentary tracks on Patreon-only videos?
No, because we don't speak Spanish. I don't speak Spanish.
It's a problem.
And also, our videos are like, take a long time. Like, we do like long videos, so we'd have to translate the whole video. We are looking at programs that will do it for us, but it's really, really difficult to be able to do that because our videos are so long. We'd have to like translate it word for word ourselves, and we churn over so many videos. The only way we could do it is maybe have like one video a week that was like a Spanish video, and even if it was like a 5 minute.
I am watching stuff on how to do it as quickly as we can.
Baz is our Spanish correspondent, by the way.
Yeah. So there you go. James Sterling, if we're to make any more signings, what position will be strengthened? Hopefully down the right. Gibino says hire a Spanish speaker.
Oh, hi.
Harrison McGlasson says your sticker pack is boss.
Yes.
It's right, Harrison.
Get on our shop. We've got loads of stuff on our shop. ToffeeTV.com/shop. T-shirts, hoodies, mugs, sticker packs. All on there. Loads of designs. Loads. Gonna have a new Brazil design soon as well.
Paul Cape Melbourne says, well, Paul Cape in Melbourne, I'm guessing it is, or it might be Cape Melbourne is saying, I don't know. Would you rather win a cup or get into the top 4?
Cup.
Yeah. Jason Arnold says, do you think Amazon should feature Everton on the All or Nothing series? Yeah, in our last season at Goodison. Andy Mann says, sorry boys, that's what I meant. 1 video a week for new Spanish fans. We're looking into it, Andy, we're looking into it. Danny wants to know if we're going after Arias. We'll see. Jorge Herrera or George Herrera says James is a great player, nice Colombian player. He is. Dr. Tonmoy Haroon says, I like your channel. Thank you.
Thank you.
Are we getting these likes to 500? Given there's like
You need to get. You
800
need to
people.
learn that in Spanish.
Yeah, yeah.
You need to learn.
Press like button.
I'm gonna find out.
We're called Toffies from the Sweets. Mother Noblet give them away free at a game, which are actually mints. There you go. Real Soul says, lads, I'm friends with a tour guy called Catherine who lives in town. Is a blue. And wait for it, she's Colombian.
Get it in.
Drop me a message if you wanted to get in touch to help you translate a history video.
Yeah.
That would be good.
Subia los me gusta.
Say it again.
Hang on.
Say it again.
Hang on.
Subir los me gusta.
Me gusta.
Subir los me gusta.
There you
Let's
go.
get the likes up.
There you go. Baz Cassia, our favourite Spanish correspondent, says Liam Bisson. Andres Valderrama, what a name. Says
Arriba
it.
los caramelos. Arriba los caramelos.
Caramelos is...
Arriba los caramelos.
Up the
Up the
toffees.
Toffees, Caramelos, yeah, Toffees. Andres says, great channel, guys. Thanks for the love, us Colombians. Coleman has a great game last weekend. Do you really think we need a new right back? We need one who can get up and down. Seamus was brilliant, don't get me wrong, but if James is going to cut inside on his left foot a lot, we need someone to be able to go on the outside.
What does this one mean?
Vamos Everton, estos son una mierda.
Well, Vamos
Vamos Everton, estos son una mierda.
Right. Vamos Everton's Let's Go Everton.
It's come on Everton. These are.
Sure.
Vamos Everton, estos son una mierda.
Well, they say Vamos is Let's Go, but it can be come on as well. Vamos. It's Vamos, actually, not Vamos. But there you go. Where are we? Vamos a subir los likes muchas. Christian's saying, yeah, come on, get the likes up. Thank you very much. 8 to go for 500 likes is right. Where are we? Eduardo Aguilar says hello, a Toffee from Spain. Hola, Eduardo.
Las copites son
Tim
gobsites.
O'Brien says, hola, hermanos.
Los copites
Hello, brothers.
son gobsites.
I'm not even...
Los copites son gobsites.
Oh, I'm gonna have fun with this.
Juan Vaqueros is laughing. Carlos Marquez says, go Everton, these are and he's translated that because Carlos obviously Spanish speaking. There you go, me gusta, lol. I love it. Juan Vaquero, hola Juan, buenos dias. Te quiero, Everton. There you go. Danny Diaz says, saludas desde Colombia.
Carlo
Say hi, guys.
Fantástico, Carlo Magnífico.
Carlo.
Carlo Fantástico, Carlo Magnífico.
Yes. That's loving it. Danny, always ask her for likes. No, we don't, Peter, but it just means the video gets shared more, which is better. That's why.
Listen to this one.
Cuando Gilbert anota, nos revelamos. Cuando Gilbert anota, nos revelamos.
Well, hang on. No say is I don't know.
When Hibbert scores, we riot.
That's not... Stop it now.
Cuando Gilbert anota, nos revelamos.
Incredible. Michael Vargas says, vamos Everton. Brian says, viva Ancelotti. Where are we? Michael Gunderson, just like lads. Is right, we've gone over the 500. Absolutely delighted with that, people. Alex Dominic says, say, viva España. Loud. There you go, it was loud. Carlos says good, very nice. Christian, that is a lot of Spanish for me to try to translate at this moment. I can read off, yeah. Arriba los Toffees. What did Juan? Feliz. We're not going Feliz Navidad already. Juan Baquero, hello guys, loving it.
Everton nunca te mostraste tan brillantemente.
Okay, enough now.
Everton you've never shone so brightly.
Okay, stop it now. William Perez says, Vamos Everton, grande James. Okay, thank you guys. Better pivot to Spanish language content because I think all of Colombia follows you now. They can do it. They can do it, Tim, if they just go to the bottom and change it. Stephen G says, Toffee TV about to be shown on main Spanish channels.
Arriba los Toffees colombianos.
There you go.
Arriba los Toffees colombianos.
There you go.
Arriba los Toffees colombianos.
Just, you know.
Right. Yeah, Ped's found a new choice, says Andrew Kelly. William says, Paul La Victoria at Everton. Go get the victory, Everton. Ped's got me rolling. Right, where are we?
I'm trying to think of favourite
Amazon.
Everton sayings.
Ped, you look like someone from Corrie.
Okay, yeah. So.
Gary Windass from Corrie.
He looks like him.
Does actually, yeah, he really does. Amazon translates the best translation program for long videos. It's cloud-based and pay as you go. We'll have a look at it, Mitch. We will have a look into that. Thank you very much, mate. Hope that the fringe players impressed. That's from Justin in a minute. Michael Vargas, Magnifico. Keeps going. There loads are coming in now.
Oh, this one's the best. Hang on.
Go on. Hang on. Site.
¿Dónde está el billete de dinero de Arteta? ¿Dónde está el billete de dinero de Arteta?
Okay.
Where is the Arteta money bill?
Donde. Yeah, Donde is where. Yeah. I'm going home for una cerveza. That's what I'm going home for.
That's amazing.
Carlos Gratterall says, new Everton fan over here. I'm also a gunner. Is right, Carlos. Site 19 says, a big up the Toffees from New York City. Alex says, Viva Everton. Carlitos Martinez says, yay. Where are we? Who knows? Muno says, yay. Dimmy B says, vamos. Where are we? Translate it now. You've been asked. Now listen. No. Listen, translate this now
Okay,
for Dark Arts. Once Everton has touched you.
Okay, hang on once.
Like, while he's doing that, vamos, James, vamos, Everton says, Rio El Capital. Hola. Mi Herrera's laughing. All for James, legging it across the pitch. Mi Herrera, me too, Gusta, not arriba. Where are we? Arteta money. Grande, Cici Pueda, says Michael Vargas. James Schofield, the best one yet. William says, Paul La Victoria, Everton, James, crack.
Una vez que el Everton te ha tocado, nada volverá a ser igual.
There you go.
Once Everton has touched you, nothing will be the same.
Joshua Eardley on a super chat says, so you get it read out automatically.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on the new Europa League, so the Europa Conference? I think the name,
the
name is horrific.
I think it'll be good for separating and making the tournament smaller. So, and it's good.
Yeah, there you go. Peter Finn says, all for James, legging it across the pitch when he saw Alderweireld it with Richarlison with the ball rolling on the floor. Frosty Castle says, Sims to play tonight. I don't think so, but I don't know. We'll see. Where are we? Translate.
No se olviden, muchachos, un evertoniano es igual a 20 copites.
Don't forget, lads, one Evertonian equals 20 copetes.
Copetes. So if you translate once a blue, always a blue, David's asking. William says, Colombia está con ustedes Everton. Colombia is with Everton. I think that might, something like that anyway. Unknown, like Spanish ladies.
Siempre azul. Una vez azul, siempre azul.
Okay.
Once a blue, always a blue.
And Kevin Rex wants you to translate, where is the townhouse, please?
Hang on. Lynn knows that.
This is the last one. Lynn will be all over that one. But it'll be more like, where's the townhouse? Mona?
Hang on.
Michael Vargas says, Segurísimo.
¿Dónde está la casa, por favor?
Where is the townhouse, please?
There you go. Right.
Too much fun.
We are having a laugh here.
Too much
Carlitos
fun.
says Colombians around the world are chanting Everton. Is right, Carlitos.
Right. That's all. Are we done?
We're done.
We're done.
Listen, thank you so much for the likes. Thank you so much for tuning in.
The footy
Enjoyed
show,
the
boss.
match. Everton are playing in an hour and 45 minutes, an hour and 50 minutes. So
do it.
team news will be out at 7:15.
Make sure you go on our
UK
Twitter
time.
or our Instagram to get the new team news. Toffee TV EFC.
Yeah, do it. Juan Munoz Luna says, what's Everton win the league?
Oh.
And Anderson says, do you think Alan or James will have minutes today? No, but I don't know. Is the real answer to that. Daniel Ryan says, shout to my wife Maria and son Jack, Mad Blues. Hello to Maria and Jack. Enjoy the game. Eduardo Aguila says, who's the best Everton player in the history for you?
Dixie Dean.
Dixie Dean would be historically.
60 goals in one season.
Yep.
60 goals.
BTR 1878, Bars from Ped, which player have you disagreed over the most? Disagreed over a footballer will be Harry Maguire. I think he's horrific. Ped thinks he's the best thing since Brian LeBone. There you go. Julio Fonseca says, can Everton win the FA Cup?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
We're motoring by then.
I think so. Dave K, cheers, boys. See you later. Enjoy the match, Dave. Take care. See you later. Carlitos, adios. Buenas noches. Enjoy the Blues.
Right.
See you all later.
Bye.
Bye.